Hi, everyone. Bill Wrenchler in the 1011 Now streaming studio. It's Wednesday. That means it's Crime Stoppers Day. First of the month, we get to hang out with LPD's Jared Minary. Jared, how have you been? How's your start to meteorological summer?
So far, so good.
Yeah.
Looking for warm days.
Yes.
Looking for warm days. No more rain for a couple of days. It'd be nice.
I think we'll be dry. So I'm like a 60.
Our farmers will probably like the rain, but
I mean, we could always use the rain.
yeah.
But I like 65 to like 85. That's kind of my sweet spot right there.
That's a good spot to be.
That's a good spot to be.
I would agree with that statement.
Yes, very much so. Okay, so we have two cases today, and you guys have a plethora of video and pictures.
Yeah, we got some great stuff to see. So.
Which I'm sure it's probably kind of like the rain. You like some, but maybe is it too many? Is maybe a bad thing?
Is this too much for you? Is what you're saying?
Well, I mean, we have these cases where it's like, hey, we only have this one picture, and it's kind of grainy, and it's not really that good. And then you have these cases where it's like, we have 25 pictures and different clips of video. We're not sure what to do with it all.
Well, some of it is kind of spans time, so
you
kind of want to give as many examples as you can. So,
that is true. That is true. So we're starting today with an auto theft. This happened. It was on my birthday, which is disappointing that there was any crime that happened on my birthday.
Yeah, that's sad. That's real. And it makes it extra sad. Maybe they'll add in an extra charge because it was Bill's birthday. Bill's
for
birthday
disrupting my birthday. Okay, so this was Friday, May 24th.
Yes.
Which actually my birthday was Saturday, May 24th. So
so it doesn't count. It doesn't
okay,
qualify.
So the charge falls off.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah,
okay.
we can't charge him for that.
Okay, so maybe it was Friday, May 23rd or Saturday, May 24th. We're not 100% sure. But around that time, we have these two individuals here. And can you walk us through what we're seeing and what they are doing?
So it was Friday, May 24th at 4:15 in the morning.
Okay.
So you're probably sleeping at this point.
Was,
and unfortunately, so was our victim. But he started getting text messages on his phone basically saying that someone's using his card, like fraud warnings. Knowing that he left his wallet in his car in the apartment garage kind of clued him in that maybe he needs to go check on his car. He goes down there, and sure enough, his car is gone. And as you can see in this video, here is his car leaving the parking garage. So first of all, rules, please don't leave your wallet in your car. Please don't leave your keys anywhere near your car. Please take them in, even if you think you're in a secured garage, because you just never know.
Mm-hmm.
But then you got, these guys, they just scoop up the car and they go out and they start doing some fraudulent charges basically on the credit cards that were in the car. So we're definitely looking for anything related to this, the couple guys here. This isn't the best video of the guys specifically, mainly just kind of see them in a distance. One of the other videos will show them a little bit closer up, but we did recover this car. It was a 2017 white BMW sedan. 5 hours later, they got, I love this video right here. I'm sorry, I got to stop. This video cracks me up because he's like doing like the.
He kind of looks like my youngest when he has to pee.
It's like, you can't see me, I'm sneaking.
You can't see me, even though the camera's clearly right there, and almost all of you is visible. Which, I mean, kudos to him for trying, I guess.
Yeah,
but like,
and he kind of got the shirt up there so you couldn't see his face too much, but. Thankfully, we have plenty of video of him before that and stuff, so we got some decent pictures of these guys. So we're hoping to really just get this one cleared up a little bit. Obviously, the victim, as I was saying previously before I went on my crazy little walk there, 5 hours later, we did get this car. It was found in the area of Northwest 43rd and West Thatcher near Air Park. So maybe that's a clue. Sometimes when they steal a car, they'll drop it off somewhere near where they live or where they're doing something else. So if you happen to kind of recognize these guys and that location sounds familiar up in Air Park, maybe you can give us a good tip on who these guys are. We'd definitely like to get them scooped up and solve this case.
And obviously we're looking at not only the credit card charges and the fraud stemming from that, but also the vehicle theft, which I always kind of guess with you when we're here. I'm assuming that reaches the level of a felony.
Yeah, that car is going to be well over felony level.
Especially a BMW.
Yes.
A pretty nice vehicle there. And this kind of goes to, again, last week when LSO was here. They were talking about a vehicle theft out of the Waverly High School parking lot. It was locked, and they got into it in about 10 seconds.
Yep.
So, take your wallet. Obviously, don't leave anything in the vehicle. But sometimes people are just bound and determined to get into these things.
Yeah, and I mean it just falls back on your basic security. Just don't leave things of value in your vehicle ever. It kind of stuns me that in Lincoln people do that. I can understand some of the smaller towns in Nebraska. You don't have as much crime there. People are a lot more comfortable. But if you're in Lincoln, especially if you're coming from small town Nebraska into Lincoln, it just needs to be a rule, part of your life. Just don't leave valuable stuff in your car. It just makes you more of a victim if they do happen to get into your car.
Yeah, yeah, and again, it's kind of like severe weather. We can only do so much to prepare for it, but sometimes it's just going to happen.
When it happens, yeah.
And so bad actors are just going to do bad things. In this case, again, the credit card fraud and obviously the vehicle being stolen. And again, pictures.
See? Look at him sneak. Watch. He's like, tip,
So
tip,
sneaky.
tip, tip, tip,
So sneaky. I'm just imagining he's narrating it to himself in his head, like, sneaky, be so sneaky.
If I go quietly, no one will ever see me. Yes.
And so obviously it kind of looks like, again, the one guy you can obviously make out, white male, black ball cap, black jacket. Other guy you can't really tell as much, but again, like you said, obviously South 48th and Yankee Hill. You have to think they probably maybe have some sort of connection to that apartment complex.
Good possibility.
Maybe they've just been there before with a friend, or
it's
lived
possible.
there previously.
We also get people that when they're prowling, going through cars, sometimes they'll just pick apartment lots just because that's a congregation of vehicles that they could kind of go through and check out. So it doesn't necessarily mean they're there, but it's a possibility that they could have some kind of ties to that community.
And so do they have to, like this picture right here, is that just an open garage that they can get into, or do they have to break in to get into the parking area?
I believe it is a locked building. Don't quote me on it,
Okay.
but it's possible. I mean, even in a locked building, and this is one of the things that a lot of people think they're in a secured garage. You're just not in a secured garage. You have a little more security. That doesn't mean that door doesn't sometimes not close all the way. It doesn't mean it's not blocked open because somebody wants to deliver their groceries or have somebody come in. So you still have to be cautious in those situations. And I don't know the specifics on how they got in that door. They didn't break in is what it looks like. So.
Okay. And so obviously, again, Jared, we talk about this a lot, but best ways to get in touch with you guys, whether it's about this case or any other case that someone may think they know something about.
Obviously, you can always call the Lincoln Police Department on that non-emergency number of 441-6000. You can talk to an officer there. Of course, if you do want to be anonymous or get a reward, you do have to call Crime Stoppers. They are the ones that do that, and you can get a hold of them at that phone number, 402-475-3600. You can go online to LincolnCrimeStoppers.com to see this case and other cases and make your tips there. And, of course, that P3 app that you can download for your phone, very valuable, gives you a lot of options on there as well.
Cool. All right. Case number 2, again, a plethora of pictures and video with case number 2,
Right.
a vandalism and trespassing case. Kind of walk us through. We have multiple videos here, Ring videos, I'm assuming, or some sort of doorbell camera.
Yeah, so this actually happens multiple times. This guy comes up to a lady's residence and is kind of acting strange in front of the camera. Like one time he even puts his hand kind of, there you go, up in front of the camera, like
great timing.
You can't see me now, right? And then he walks right in front of the camera the second time.
It could be the same sneaky guy as the last video.
Yeah,
Probably
quality.
not,
So in this case, he's an older male. He's hanging around this area, Northwest 22nd and West Q, and she's caught him on her camera several times. He ends up taking a ashtray from right in front of her front door. She did come out and kind of confront him, and he threw the ashtray at her. So it's just some weird behavior. We don't know if this is criminal stuff or if this is maybe some kind of mental health that needs to be taken care of. But obviously somebody we want to catch up with and just kind of get identified and look into it.
Okay, yeah, and so that's the third video, and then there's one here that happens late at night. He's wearing a black sweatshirt, and then basically another one where I had to do a double take. I'm like, wait, is that the same video twice? No, he's wearing a gray sweatshirt there in that one. So, but that's 5 separate times that he got caught on that doorbell camera. So again, done it 5 times. He's probably done it more than that.
And he might be doing this in other places too. So
Yeah.
obviously this is the kind of thing we just want to be like, hey, can we get this identified so we can see what's going on here? Like, there's something going on here. We don't know if it's criminal or if it's maybe some kind of mental health we need to help.
Yeah, 100%. And so, again, you can kind of see the image. I think it's a fairly good shot of him here. Obviously, you can see older gentleman. Looks like he's got some glasses on his head there. Doesn't look like he has any facial hair in that picture. Again, kind of a blurry shot there. But, again, you can kind of make out some of those features. So, again, nothing criminal, like you said, but we have questions.
We have questions. And obviously with the victim in this case, it just is an ease of mind just to make sure that there's nothing criminal that's going to be happening here. This is just we need to get him identified so we can kind of help him out. Or if there is criminal activity, we'll obviously want to take action on that. But right now we just want to see where this is going.
Anytime anyone comes up to my door, obviously the dogs start barking. That's my first. But it's like, what are you doing at my house?
I ask that of my kids every
it's
day,
like, I'm
and they
just
still keep
delivering
coming
this
back.
package. I'm like, oh. Okay. But even still, it's just like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yep, I agree.
So
Whether they're selling me stuff or it's my children walking out.
only if you're carrying or dragging a wagon of Girl Scout cookies. Am I like,
Thin Mints are in.
yes, they are.
Mm-hmm. Immediate answer to the door.
All right, Jared. So 2 cases again mentioned, but if anyone has any tips about either one of those, whether it's the car theft or again the trespassing, vandalism, again, I'm not sure if that one's criminal or not, but let these folks know. LPD know. Again, plenty of ways for you guys to get in touch that way. Jared, anything else on top of mind over there as we head further into June?
I will say that Crime Stoppers is going to be having an event coming up in November.
Okay.
We're going to be doing a trivia night. There will be more details to be released on that. So it should be pretty cool. It'd be a little more than just a basic trivia. Let's just say that.
So is there going to be genres of
there
trivia?
Might be some genres, yes.
Nice.
So we're looking forward to it. We're in the planning stages. Since we're not going to be doing Zoodonut this year, this is going to be the fundraiser for Crime Stoppers this year.
Awesome. You guys do okay with, obviously Give to Lincoln Day was throughout most of last month. You guys do okay?
We did pretty good. We raised about $2,500, which
That's
is
good.
That'll pay for some tips, and
Yeah,
that'll pay for some of the programs we use. So that's always helpful to have some money coming in to just kind of help keep this program alive.
There we go. Awesome. Well, Jared, appreciate your time today, as always. Appreciate everyone for tuning in and watching. Again, as always, make sure you keep it tuned to 1011, both on air and online. Until next Wednesday, I hope everyone has a nice day.